Chapter 3. Threads of Dawn. Weave, O soul, through night's despair, for dawn will sing where stars repair. The first light of dawn painted Lumivale in hues of amber and rose, but the sky felt wrong. Fewer stars lingered than Liora remembered, their faint songs barely a whisper against the morning's hush. She stood at the village's edge, her pack slung over one shoulder, the weight of her choice heavier than the bag. Her pendant rested against her collarbone, its lyre shape cool but expectant, as if it knew more than she did. Mira bounced beside her, lute strapped to her back, her auburn braids catching the light. "This is it, Liora, the start of our epic. 3 heroes bold and true set forth to save the stars. How's that for a ballad's opening?" Liora managed a faint smile. "You're already writing it?" "Of course," Mira grinned, plucking an imaginary string. "I'll need something to sing when we're famous." Kale ahead of them didn't turn. His tattered cloak fluttered as he scanned the road, his flute tucked into his belt. "Keep dreaming, Bard," he called over his shoulder. "Fame's the last thing we need." Mira stuck out her tongue, but Liora caught the tension in Kale's posture. He'd barely spoken since they'd met at the village gate, his gray eyes darting to every shadow. The silencer's name hung unspoken between them, a specter that made the morning feel colder. The road stretched beyond Lumivale, winding through fields that should have hummed with the verdant chorus's song. Instead, the crops were wilting, their leaves curling like paper in a fire. Liora's chest ached. She'd sewn clothes for the farmers, mended their children's blankets. Now their livelihoods were fading, and she was supposed to fix it. Her, a seamstress who couldn't even sing without trembling. "Stop doubting yourself," Mira said, nudging her. "I saw what you did to that null. You're a Starweaver, Liora. Own it." "I don't even know what that means," Liora admitted, her voice low. "Kale says I'm one, but I've never heard the stars before yesterday. What if it was a fluke?" Mira's eyes softened. "It wasn't. I've heard you hum, you know, when you think no one's listening. It's beautiful, like the stars were waiting for you." Liora's cheeks warmed, but before she could reply, Kale stopped abruptly. "Quiet," he hissed, raising a hand. The road ahead dipped into a grove of luminous trees, their leaves glowing faintly, but the air was too still. No bird sang, no breeze stirred. "What is it?" Liora whispered, her pendant giving a faint pulse. Kale's hand hovered over his flute. "The aria of joy. It's gone silent. This grove should be alive with it. Laughter, warmth. Instead, it's—" He trailed off, his expression grim. Mira clutched her lute. "Nulls?" "Maybe." Kale's eyes narrowed. "Stay close." They crept into the grove, the trees' glow casting eerie shadows. Liora's heart pounded, her pendant humming louder with each step. The silence was oppressive, like a weight pressing on her lungs. She remembered Kale's words. The silencers behind the silence. Was this their work? Were they watching? A low hiss broke the quiet. From the shadows, a null emerged, smaller than the one in Lumival, but no less terrifying. Its body was a shifting mass of inky tendrils, its eyes twin voids that seemed to drink the light. It slithered toward them, its presence a void of sound that made Liora's ears ache. Kale moved first, his flute to his lips. A sharp, dissonant note erupted, and a shockwave of gray light slammed into the null, scattering its tendrils. But the creature reformed faster than Liora expected, lunging for Mira. "Liora!" Mira yelped, stumbling back. Instinct took over. Liora's pendant flared, and the melody from yesterday surged in her throat. She sang, her voice wavery but clear, and threads of silver light spun from her fingertips, weaving a net that caught the null mid-leap. The creature thrashed, its hisses like tearing metal, but the net held. Kale played another note, a jagged burst that shattered the null into wisps of shadow. Leora's song faltered, her knees buckling. Mira caught her, steadying her. "You did it," Mira said, her grin returning. "See? No fluke." Kale lowered his flute, his expression unreadable. "Not bad," he said, but his voice was tight. "Your harmony's strong, but you're slow. Nulls don't wait for you to find your pitch." Leora bristled, but she couldn't argue. Her arms trembled, her throat raw. "How do you do it?" she asked. "Your magic. It's so different." Kale's jaw tightened. "Dissonance isn't pretty, but it gets the job done. You'll learn your way, or you won't." He turned, striding deeper into the grove. Mira rolled her eyes. "Charming, isn't he?" Leora didn't answer. She stared at the spot where the null had vanished, her pendant still warm. Kale's dissonance was chaotic, raw, nothing like the golden threads she'd woven. Could she really do this? Fight monsters, save stars, face the silencer? Her mother's pendant seemed to think so, but doubt gnawed at her. The grove ended at a clearing where a small star loom stood, its crystal cracked and dark. Kale knelt beside it, tracing the fractures. "The silencer's been here," he said. "This is their work. They're moving faster than I thought." "How do we stop them?" Leora asked, her voice steadier now. Kale stood, his eyes meeting hers. "We reach the Celestine Spire. It's the only star loom powerful enough to counter the silence. But it's a long road, and the silencer knows we're coming." Mira strummed her lute, a defiant note ringing out. "Then we'll just have to sing louder, won't we?" Liora looked at her friend, then at Kale, whose smirk held a flicker of respect. The starloom's silence was a wound, but the dawn was still rising, and her pendant hummed with possibility. She took a breath, feeling the star's faint song stir within her. "Let's go," she said, the words a vow. As they left the grove, a shadow flickered in the distance, a cloaked figure, gone in an instant. Leora's pendant pulsed, and a whisper brushed her mind. "Sing, and you will break." She shivered, but kept walking, the road to the spire stretching before them, bright and perilous as a star.